Mic check, 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 1, 2. Okay. Testing, testing. Okay. Damn, I look good. So I'm needing to do a dungeon, aren't I? Date with Destiny. Unable to achieve team facts. Do the dungeon. Ooh, just got one more dungeon. Okay, so into the 1,000 Maws of Toto-Rak. Okay, I'm just gonna watch a video. See what the mechanics of this dungeon are. 1,000 Maws of Toto-Rak. Dungeon guide. Okay, now
hi everyone, welcome.
Let me see if I can do this. Window capture. Crown. Done. There we go. Now we can watch it.
To the visual guide for the 1,000 Maws of Toto-Rak. This is the 4th instance you'll encounter on your travels through the storyline, but not technically the 4th instance you'll unlock. And let me tell you, this one was fun. My name is Ms. Tech, and I'll be your dungeon guide. If you read the lore for Toto-Rak, you'll find that it is an abandoned prison now overrun by magical forest creatures. I'm not sure why, but I've noticed that in any fantasy world, magical forest creatures usually include some kind of giant spider, aka most overused monster model number 12. But I'm not complaining. The use of giant spiders in this dungeon actually plays into the entertainment value of the instance, and you'll see why soon enough. Toto-Rak is also the first instance you'll come across where you have to make a decision about which tunnel to take. Although any choice eventually boils down to the correct path towards each objective, the extra tunnels still offer more mobs, more treasure chests, all stuff that you can use. Be sure to also pick up all the Magitech photocells that you find throughout the tunnels. You'll use these later on. Alright, here we go. Remember me saying something about spiders and shenanigans? Here's what I'm talking about. Alright, here we go. The extra tunnels still offer more mobs, more treasure chests, all stuff that you can use. Be sure to also pick up all the Magitech photocells that you find throughout the tunnels. You'll use these later on. Alright, here we go. Remember me saying something about spiders and shenanigans? Here's what I'm talking about. Throughout the instance you'll encounter these webbed arches, usually before a room with something interesting in it. You really have to watch out for these because it's a trap. Whoever crosses over the threshold and anyone around them will get sucked into the room. Now, if you're anything like me and you go straight into tank mode without realizing that the room you're in has just closed off, separating you from the rest of your party, you're going to have a bad time. Luckily, someone in my group knew what the hell was going on and we made it out alive. Well, most of us. Now, anytime that happens, it's best to break down the web wall separating you from the outside. Chances are you'll aggro part of the room whilst getting sucked in, so it's best to join up with your party before you refocus on those mobs. Your first objective in Toto-Rak is to activate the Confession Chamber terminal. Remember those Magitech photocells you've been picking up? You'll need those here. Unfortunately, someone's not ready to give up the terminal so easy. A mini-boss spawns that packs a Poison Punch. As you can see, the Poison debuff does a lot of damage.
Jeez.
Here's a quick tip for conjurers at this level. At level 18 you get Asuna, which is a single target dispel. Use this spell. Although you don't have to dispel everyone in the group, at least dispel the tank. If you look at your party frame over here, any debuff that shows up to the left of all personal buffs can be dispelled. Our conjurer managed to heal through the poison debuff, but I'm sure he burned through a ton of MP to do it, So remember, make your life easier and just dispel. Once the mini-boss is down, don't forget to activate the terminal before moving on. Blech. There's something about giant spider eggs that gives me the heebie-jeebies. You come to a sticky web barrier right before the second terminal. DPSing it will cause it to break easily. Again, as soon as you interact with the terminal, another mini-boss will spawn. He does the same poison spell, but will also summon 2 adds at 50%. Tanks, be sure to pick these up before they get loose. Activate the second terminal, pick up that loot, and move on. Now, from here on out, the rest of the instance is covered in green slime that will slow you down. Way to ruin my new boots. Oh man, now I don't know if I'm blind or not, but I never see these damn arch traps until they've already sucked me in. At least this time I turned around before I managed to aggro everything. Good thing too, since I was sucked in by myself this time. As you traverse through the slime-ridden cell block, you'll encounter fleshy pods that are pretty important. You'll notice that these have practically no health but will explode on impact. Anyone near them when they explode will take a fair bit of damage, so range should hit them at any opportunity. Or fight me for them. Because I love one-shotting things with my tomahawk. Makes me feel badass. Ooh, he stole one from me. I need to step up my game. Whoa, I stuck in again. That's what I get for looking at pods instead of menacing spider doors. But I still got it. Midair too. So badass. I just did the Final Fantasy equivalent of walking away from an explosion. All I'm missing is a pair of sunglasses and Will Smith. So we go through more creepy tunnels, more slime, slay more creatures, get sucked in by more traps that we never see until it's too late, until we get to the final room. I'm going to skip through part of this cinematic as it does contain some storyline spoilers. But this part right here is just too cool not to show. Now, a million things are flying through my head at this point. I see slime, I see a round room, I see a giant bug, and I'm getting flashbacks of a Toto-Rak. So I'm thinking, maybe I need to kite him around. Let's get a better look at this room, and oh crap, I pulled the boss. By the way, don't do this. You'd think by now, after getting sucked into traps a jillion times, I would have learned, but nope, I am a terrible person. So, unfortunately, I ended up locking one of the archers out of the room. I repeat, don't do this. Now, my first instinct when something like this happens is see as much of the boss before we inevitably wipe and learn something. Except we ended up killing him with 1 tank, 1 DPS, and 1 healer. Although this may sound like fun, I wouldn't suggest it. Now, I'll explain the fight verbally, but what you see on screen may not be what you should do. I was experimenting a lot. You can't blame me though. As soon as Graphius is pulled, fleshy pods will spawn around the room. Coming out of Copperbell Mines, my first thought was, maybe I use the slime to slow him down and kite him over the pods as we detonate them. This is why you see me running headlong into the pods. By the way, don't do this either. Aren't you glad I've made all these mistakes so that you don't have to? That's what these videos are all about. The slime doesn't actually slow Graphius, and the pods do nothing but damage you and your party. Honestly, I think I was just overthinking this fight. I had such dreams of massively complicated mechanics and I was so excited. But really, this fight is pretty simple. The first thing you should do is clear all of the fleshy pods. Obviously, this should be done by ranged. The boss will sometimes knock back the tank, and if you get unlucky enough to get punted into a group of these pods, your chances of survival are quite slim. Graphius will periodically cast sticky web on a random party member. At this point, I don't believe that the cast can be kicked. This causes a fleshy pod to spawn on top of the player, move away to a safe distance, and then detonate it before you become overwhelmed with excess pods. The boss also casts a frontal thrust called Silkscreen. Tanks make sure you move out of this and keep the boss facing away from the center of the room, where the majority of your party will probably be standing. He also spawns 2 adds which should be picked up and killed as soon as possible. At 50%, the skin will fall off Graphius' tail and he casts Deadly Thrust, essentially poisoning the ground where he hits. Move away from the poisoned ground and switch to Graphius' tail, which is now targetable and has its own health pool.
Jeez.
Shattering his tail appears to stun him for a moment, giving you a few seconds to burn him down. Also, focusing on his tail first prevents him from being able to cast more deadly thrusts. With no more goo puddles to worry about, the rest of the fight is just a repeat of Phase 1.
Okay, is that everything? Looks like it.
there you go. Now, if you do end up doing something stupid like I did, be sure to profusely apologize to your group. And if any of my lovely pugs happen to be watching this, again, I'm sorry. Up next, we have Halatali and Ifrit, so stay tuned. A quick shout out goes out to Darkson Pro, who made an awesome suggestion for the videos. If anyone else has any comments or great suggestions, let me know. It's always appreciated. Thanks for watching. Till next time.
Okay. Oops. Okay, 1,000 Maws, Toto-Rak. Let's do this. Jeez, he's not here. The Armed Castle. Man, what the fuck? I keep seeing like a bloody stuttering when I turn the camera around like this. It's very slight. Okay, let's go. Okay, if it takes longer than 5 minutes, then I'll just do the dungeon bots. Oh, finally another person with the same race as me. It's my son, actually. That's a pretty cool hairstyle. You're looking at me. Can't see. Yep. Let me just make this a guess hit real quick. And then, let's see. Slash. Now we look almost matching. What the hell is this guy? Shit, the money. Shit, oops. Oh shit, hold on. Change my gear. Oh shit. What the fuck? Shit. Gotta change it in my... Wait, was that guy level 90 but he had the green leaf on his name, which means he's like a new player. What? Oh shit. Ooh. Oh. Water stains. Shit, is this already the boss fight?
Darkness.
Oh man, they must have changed these dungeons to make them easier or something. This is different to the video that I watched. The mighty slayer of Ifrit comes round to me with a countenance that speaks understanding. And to compel the echo, I must needs choose my words with care.
Mayhap I
Mayhap I might find deign to speak in my
guest crude tongue. We meet at last. I am Lahabrea of the Asians. Yours is a most fantastical tale. It is a tale to tell Eorzea's children before bedtime. And it will soon be dark, bringer of light.
The dark means.
All that stands between this world and darkness is an irksome anomaly in the ether. Yes. Alas, like all good tales, it must needs come.
Here, feel the presence of evil.
For the end of your tale is but the beginning of a...
Here we go. Oh, yes. Well, that was good. I got a nice X. What is that? Oh, it's the thing. Huh, it's the elder. Finally, fresh air. Mayhap not so fresh, but better than before. Ah, sinister one is gone. This one can leave this awful place. Did Walking One vanquish the many-legged one? This one is grateful to Walking One. This one is called Frixio, eldest of the ones of little solace. Uh-oh. Alpha Squad reporting, sir. Nothing of note at Larksville, sir. Understood. Return to Area 12. Damn it all. Where's that accursed icon hiding? No sign of our wizened friend. I'm afraid not, my lord. Shall I order that the search perimeter be expanded? Absolutely not. We risk alerting the Gridanians to our presence. His Excellency bid us avoid unnecessary confrontation. Low though I am to admit it, I have found no evidence to suggest that Ramar will be gracing the mortal realm in the near future. I ask you, what good is a god who does not grant one's wishes? Were I a sliff, I should strongly consider finding myself another idol. Which reminds me, what of the sliffs we captured? A handful of them seemed to be reasonably good health when I last looked. Apologies, my lord. I fear we may have been overzealous in our efforts to compel them to summon the icon. Really? Centurion, were you not aware that vegetables bruise easily? It is well that I did not entrust you with the important task of making my dinner. Well, mayhap it was a kindness better dead in truth than dead to one's own god, I suppose, if you believe in such things. Dawn is upon us, make ready to withdraw. Useless. We are so close to completion, I can fear taste it, but at this rate. No, I must be patient. Our efforts will bear fruit in due time. What was it you always said? Yes, though it mean bringing down the very heavens, who shall challenge the limits of possibility, if not we? In that alone you were right, Garland. But your star is long fallen, while mine doth begin to rise. And it shall burn so bright that Lord Van Balsar's ultimate weapon will seem a mere candle beside it. Those walking ones did for Noxia. This one is certain of it. This one fears the other taken ones also suffered the same fate. This one is convinced walking ones have black hearts, seek only to harm these ones. Walking ones are not to be trusted. Now, Noraxia, do not pass judgment too hastily. Not all walking ones are alike. Though there are evil ones amongst the walking ones, there are good ones also. Does walking one feel unwell? No, just a vision, you know. This one would know what brings walking one to this place. Came to this one's rescue at Noraxia's bidding, then this one owes walking one a debt of gratitude. Walking one has questions about Lord Ramar, then this one will provide answers. Okay, a new XIV. Oh, look at that X. Oh yeah. Man, why is it stuttering? you're back. Tell me the Sliff Elder as well. Thank the gods for that. I don't rightly know what to make of the rest of your tale, but I'm full glad Frixio didn't come to any harm. Ah, but there I go, tempting fate. Run over to Little Solace and secure us peace with the Sliffs before aught else befalls us here. Rest assured I'll send word to our friends of Charlene and the twit out of both. Charlene, who's that? Charlene. You've done Gridania a great service this day, lad, and earned yourself a place of honour here in the Druthers. In so doing, be sure to come by whenever you feel like a drop of Quaker and firewater. Oh, what? Damn it, that's weaker than my... Damn it. Still want it though. That's annoying, isn't it? Okay, these ones are... Say, friend, there's something I'd like to ask you to see delivered to the Sliffs of Little Solace. This Azima Rose oil. Just give me a second. It's a gift to celebrate the safe return of their tribe's elder and a token of Gridania's desire to unite. The wood is not what it once was. The calamity changed the elementals, weakened them. Until their strength is returned, we must lend them ours to keep the wood safe. But ours alone will not be enough. We must have the strength of the Sliffs as well. Only by working together and fighting together will we survive together, and the 12s would with us. The gift I ask you to bear is a symbol of the hope that both Gridanian and Sliff alike will live to see the light beyond this darkness. Okay, Little Solace. I gotta go Hawthorne Hut. A gift from Walking One Buscaron. A gift for these ones. Such a lovely scent. This one has never smelled anything like this before. Walking One Buscaron and Adventuring One are very kind. Know that this one is deeply grateful. Many walking ones are scary. Many walking ones utter many lies and much deception. But this one is moved. Let all these ones be friends forever. Okay, that's good. Yeah, that looks better. God damn it, I just want to put this. Oh man, look how much better that looks. I might just wear this because it looks much better. Friggin' shit. Shit, and these are better. Bringing these gloves on it. So this is level 20. Oh yeah, the frame rate is 120 or it's staying over 100. But when I do things it looks really choppy. Don't know if it shows on the stream though. This one has been expecting walking one. This one fetches elder one. This one is pleased to see walking one again. Welcome to the home of these ones. Ah, there you are, Sly. We have just been hearing tell of your deeds of daring do. Well done. Ah, the walking ones who aided anorexia. This one is grateful. A pleasure to have been of service. If you do not mind my asking, how did your misadventure come about? This one does not mind. The misadventures, as walking one calls them, of this one began. This one began with Imperial ones entered the wood. Fearing trouble, these ones decided to watch Imperial ones closely. But these ones watched too closely. The Imperial ones noticed and tried to catch these ones. Having nowhere else to hide, this one fled into Toto-Rak. That this one had not, and Toto-Rak, a sinister one robed in black, tried to feed this one to a many-legged one. A sinister one robed in black. Why do I have the feeling I should be more worried about that than I am? Elder Frixio, we come to you as emissaries of the nation of Gridania. This missive bears the words of the Elder Seedseer. This one sees, so walking ones of Gridania are fearful of Lord Ramu. Plainly put, yes, your people summoned the Lord of Livin but once, yet that single occurrence occasioned great alarm. But it's not as if the Gridanians dislike you or anything. Actually, it's just the opposite. They think of you as friends, and they don't want anything to get in the way of that. That's why the Elder Seedseer wrote to you. This one well knows and respects Horned One Kani Sena. Be assured, like walking ones of Gridania, these ones have no desire for conflict. These ones resorted to summoning Lord Ramur to protect the wood from Imperial ones. This one counselled against doing so, but was not heeded. Against this one's wishes, Lord Ramu was summoned, and all those ones who took part become touched ones. These ones want so desperately to turn touched ones back to normal ones, but did not know how, and still do not know. Touched ones, meanwhile, wanted to turn these ones into touched ones, and did not know how, so this one fled to Little Solace with all those ones who did not wish to be bound to Lord Ramu. But walking ones of Gridania need not fear touched ones of Gridania need not fear touched ones or Lord Ramu. Unlike other primal ones, Lord Ramu is not callous and cruel. So long as walking ones do not trespass on these ones' ancestral homeland, where touched ones reside, walking ones will not suffer a thunderous judgment. But this one has spoken enough of touched ones. This one would speak instead of these ones. As this one said, these ones desire peace with walking ones of Gridania, and so these ones ask for a chance to set things right. By way of an addendum, mortals who are tempered come to take on the qualities embodied by the primal in question. In the case of the Sliffs, Ramu's influence has made them fiercely protective of their homeland. That explains why they're so hostile towards trespassers. But what about the abductions? A fine question, Yida. The abductions are, I believe, an expression of the tempered Sliffs' desire for reconciliation, another quality traditionally associated with the Ramu. In the crudest manner imaginable, they seek to bring their fellows back into the fold, a timely reminder that the challenges posed by each primal are unique. Elder Frixio, we thank you for making your will known to us. The people of Grania will rest easier in knowledge that they and the Slavs are united in their desire for peace. Wishing to cooperate, this one was written down the feelings of these ones. Please see that these feelings are conveyed to Horned One Kanisena. And with that, I believe we can lay the matter of Remur to rest. That Sliff Elder is very reasonable, I must say. You could learn a lot from him. Was that a jibe? If so, I feel it only fair to observe that one of us wouldn't recognize reason if it punched her on the nose. Did I say fair? I meant reasonable. Anyway, we're going to head back to the Waking Sands and tell Minfilia all about it. Fear not, we will be sure to mention the instrumental part you played in all of this. And while we see to that, we should appreciate it if you would deliver Frixio's missive to the Adder's Nest. Elder Frixio, we humbly thank you for your time. It has been an honour. The honour is this one's. Together let the walking ones of Gridania and these ones find a way to live in peace. Please wait, Walking One, Sly. This one has yet to give Walking One a token of this one's appreciation. Oh yeah. When these ones summoned Lord Ramad, these ones were gifted this crystal. This one would now bestow the crystal upon Walking One as a symbol of these ones' trust. Oh yeah. Is that 3 crystals? Gasp, this one was not mistaken about Walking One. Walking One is destined to walk a fate far crueler than this one can imagine. A brilliant light from within Walking One enveloped the crystal this one saw. Mark this one well, that crystal will one day be of use to Walking One. Walking One must keep that crystal safe at all times. Did the crystal go inside me, or was that just a metaphor that before Walking One returns to Gridania, this one would ask Walking One to watch touched ones? So long as touched ones are not trouble, touched ones will not make trouble. If Walking One witnesses touched ones making no trouble, maybe Walking One can testify to Walking Ones of Gridania that these ones mean no harm. These ones' homeland is fraught with danger. This one marks down safe places to look out for touched ones. Stand lookout east of your side. Just move this. It's in the same place as my mount. And I can go to the box and run. Oh, there's the touched ones. There are timid slips in the distance. You do not sense that they pose a danger if left alone. Deliver to Vor Sale here looks. Okay. So you go down. Oh yeah, I got a friend. Why? Oh, look, I got a guitar. Oh, look at all these people. Minutes Haze, Lemon Haze, Magenta Haze, Violet Haze. What the frick? Ah, if it isn't Sly, how went the meeting of the Sliffs? A missive from the Sliff Elder himself, if I may. So the Sliffs have no desire to conflict, nor do they intend to summon or remove. And so long as we leave the Tempered Ones be, we need not fear any aggression on their part. The Elder seats here will be overjoyed to hear that the Sliffs have welcomed our overtures, and in the knowledge that they bear us no ill will, we may channel our resources toward tackling the more conspicuous threats to our security. You have done this nation a great service, my friend. On behalf of all Gridanians, I give you my thanks. Oh, yeah. Level 42. Brace yourself for an enemy onslaught, preventing most attacks from reducing your HP to less than 1. When a target is selected, hold the movement with the chance. Brace yourself for an enemy onslaught, preventing most attacks from reducing your HP to less than 1. When a target is selected, holds their movement with chains. Okay. I should put this. So this is like a last resort kind of thing, is it? If I think I'm gonna die, then I could use that. Where's the next? Lasts for 10 seconds. That's pretty good. That means does it make you like invincible for 10 seconds? trying to think why I couldn't switch around. So, probably put it. I'll put it. So damage. Perfect. Into my microphone, there's a washing machine making heaps of sound, so just the Slavic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them, paying the elder seeds here to no end, but owing to your efforts she will be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. Once again I thank you. Had the signs of the seventh dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well have led us to needless conflict. Pray pass on my regards to Lady Minfilia. Hello Sly, can you hear me? It is I, Minfilia. Yeda and Palpamo returned a little while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with the tale of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done. Yet the end of one tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the waking sands at your earliest convenience. I would apprise you of the present situation in person. Okay. So I'm ready to go. Oh, or I could go a bit away. I could go. Whisper Bay. Sorry about that sound. Well, if it isn't my favourite adventure, welcome back, Sly. Lady Minfilia awaits you within the solar. Please enter at your leisure. I am given to understand that the matter of Ramur has finally been resolved. I feared resolve bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightly claim, yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Levin will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough, Thancred is sparing no effort. Okay, what investigation was it? They are many in one, just as you suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still. I see. I have been meaning to ask, but is Alice quite well? I feel as if I have scarcely seen her in recent days. Oh, you haven't, and nor have I. Alas, Alice has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl, but you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Baldesian report will serve you well. I take it we can proceed as discussed. What are they talking about? Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act. It is good to see you again, Sly. I've been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelves Wood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud. With that, we can strike Ramar from the list. So, who's next? The Sahajin, the Leviathan? The Lord of the World has not answered the minion's call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahajin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystal required to call forth their god. As with the Sliffs, we can leave them to their own devices, for a time at least. For a time, bears repeating, we can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Yshtal says, unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when the next primal will return to plague the land. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word on Titan? The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long, you may depend upon it. Indeed. So then, of all the known primals that have been active in recent times, we are left with Garuda? Garuda, yeah, who is the primal of the Ixil who lived near Gridania. Yes, that's what I meant. So many realms to cover. Would that there were a more efficient way to conduct our surveys. Were he still with us, we should not long have wanted for a more practical solution. She's not wrong there. Where in the worlds are you, Chief? But one sure step at a time. Henceforth the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all the matters pertaining to the Sliffs, under the sage guidance of the Seed Seers. I bid you all enjoy a moment's respite. You have earned it. Is there something else, Sly? Blah 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 blah. Beg pardon, a man named La Brea, sporting a red mask and robed in black, 12 preserve. Prior to the calamity, the Essenes took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate the La Brea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to think. Eek. Tataru. A Sliff in Thanalan? At long last, this one finds Walking One sly. This one is most dependable of these ones, is sent by Elder One Frixio to help Walking Ones. This one is called Norexia. This one comes as a friend. Let these ones be friends. Pippa, pleasure to meet you, Norexia. Yes, Tataru is as ready to express her fright as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged of the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to know and to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite, sly, drawn to the hope that shines within you. Yet a darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Ascians' presence, but that they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight fills me with a sense of deep foreboding. 10. Vesper Bay Aetherite ticket. Oh, sweet. I'm afraid there is no rest for the weary sly. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Ascian known as Labrea. This is an ideal moment to do so while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. But come on. At present we know little and less about the Ascians, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that wrecks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of the Flames in Uldar to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Sly. Wait, didn't that Sliff need my help? Complete. Believe in your slip. Huh, that was weird. Like, oh, the Sliff came to offer aid. I must have missed that. Safe with the knowledge that there is no cause for alarm to resume. Okay. So we're going to Uldar. Steps up. The masked man, you are come on behalf of the Seons, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there has been a sighting of this rogue near about eastern Thanalan. A brass blade stationed at Highbridge described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Qui-Curran. Fate can be a cruel mistress, but do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travellers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow is always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have coin or the mind to spend it. Okay, Highbridge, where is that? Eastern Deadline. Camp Tribone, okay. Hihibaru. Welcome to Highbridge Adventurer. Wherever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? Not sure. I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumours I've heard. If you linger a while, maybe you'll learn a thing or two here. Simon. When the Order of Nalthal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims, but thanks to the mindless beastmen raids, folk are too afraid to come within a mile of here. I sold everything I owed to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out, but if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares, spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant. The masked man? Bah, they'll take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumours are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go and ask the other merchants. Hey, I've heard tell of the Masked Devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Thenland too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. On the trail of a masked man, eh? I've heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. It said he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious, and that's about all I can say, little though it is. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking about. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the Qui-Curran raids. None but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Quaken raids are so constant, so organised. We're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. The library has information that will surely lead you to La Habre. I finally got some honest-to-God's information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own 2 eyes. I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thousand Respite. Curious, I took it myself there to find a masked man. Your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Quaker appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use this smouldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So, why do you think that's some... Wait. How does he know that I'm more than enough for a pack of rats? So, what do you think? That's some sound reliable information. Even if I do say so myself, well worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? It's my hunting log. Oh, there's 2. Sweet. One more. Shit. Oh no. There aren't any more. Shit. Oh, there is. Shit. Crap, I'm falling asleep. God damn it. Smouldering coal. Oh, shit. itchy nose. Itchy, itchy. Back so soon? Were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? Gasp, this scroll that bears a prayer to Ralgar, the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Ralgar is a guardian deity of Alamigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last skill that your assailant was Alamigan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That self-same merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at High Ridge? Hihibaru has a suggestion to help you with your investigation. The Alamican bandit you had a run-in with is somehow connected to your masked man of mystery, so it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head towards Little Alamigo over in southern Thailand. Just so you know what to expect, this settlement is a favoured destination for those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Uldar. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not so warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much help she will be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who is relocated to Alamigo, Little Alamigo. Her name is Hihiria, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. I suppose this is it then. I had hoped that you would linger here a while, cull some friends, spend some coin, what have you, but something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. Little Alamigo. Oh, I've already been there. Sweet. Oh yeah, I remember that place. Yes. Hira. Why yes, Hihibaru's my father. He said what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that. Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't bother you with family matters, but I'm grateful to you for delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? A masked man? I'm afraid this description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others here may have seen something. I recommend you first speak with Gundobold, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. Looking for a masked villain, you say? And why should we help you, pray? We struggle enough without having to answer the whim of every outsider. You are not welcome here. Be gone. Damn. Grizzlebert. Ooh, we got here. Altered Velveteen Bandana. Well met, adventurer. I'm Gizelbert, head of the security here at Little Alamigo. I heard tell that you had business with Gondobold. Knowing the bristly old bull, I don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to the hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves, not even my men, and I can get so much as a word of thanks out of them despite watching the place day and night. But thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man when I can, and you seem a decent sort. If you tell me what's brought you here, I might be as I can lend a hand on the trail of a masked villain, you say. can't say that sounds familiar, but I have men on lookout for Armaja to the south of here. If there's been any suspicious activity, they are like to have seen it. I had a mind to take them each a cup of sweet Thanalan tea so as to lift their spirits. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, that'd be all the more willing to tell you what they know. Who the hell's are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. Sweet Thanalan tea. Well, ain't you considerate, my thanks, friend. What's that? A masked villain hiding among the refugees, and like as not. Me compatriots as live here go about as though they are dead on their feet. 'Tis near impossible to tell what's on their minds. For all I know, they're all up to no good. Oops. You there, are you in Almaja? No, kidding, carry on. Ah, the sophisticated aroma, it has been forever since I had a drop of sweet Thanalan. I'm going to enjoy this. What, a masked man? Don't know, don't care, unless he's got a dark scaly skin, stands 10 full forms tall and has the face of a little lizard, then I don't give a mummer's fart. Shoo, don't bother me. If the Almaja overrun us, I'm blaming you. For me, you shouldn't have. Sorry, a suspicious masked man. As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of something fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was a man or not, what with the mask and the robe, but assuming it was a he was talking with some Alamegans. I assumed he was one of them. Shit. God damn. Shortcut. Ah, you're back. So did my lookouts have aught to share with you? That doesn't sound like much to go by. If you're to go get any further in your investigation, seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Alamegans. For this you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. Great. Let's get character. What was he got here? Heavy iron flintshot. That's with my pants and velveteen sarusa. Okay, let's see, that's plus 50. Let me just have a look here. Character 57, 42. That takes both of those. 57. So that's 99, right? 42 plus 57. 99, British. It's 107, so it's a little bit stronger. So you're determined to press on with your investigation. Then I have some advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without the Alamegan's trust, and the best way to win that trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect, to vouch for you. Coin does the talking in Uldar, but the Alamegans are bound by something far stronger, if not as tangible, a common purpose. Their purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garleans. Gundobald belongs to the Alamegan resistance, so your best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you may want to start by asking them. Speak with Minfilia. Great. Gotta go all the way back to her. Shit. Today. One pretty good. But at least strength of 2 hours at least. Just give me a second. Welcome back, Sly. How fares the investigation? I see, given all that they have suffered, it is of little wonder the Alamegan refugees have lost faith in their fellow man. They have had their homeland taken from them, and for the past 2 decades they have had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches. To compound matters, none of the 3 city-states have the means to take in all those who were displaced. As a result, a great many Alamegans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Would that more could be done to ease their hardships, I fear that nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. But let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it just so happens there is an Alamegan native among the Seons. I should be pleased to introduce him to you. Okay. Let's put on. God damn, it's ugly. Holy shit. Rename this. Is it iron? Iron skin? Iron skin? Iron skin. Your Alamegan comrade is named Herbert. He joined our cause in the hopes that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no effort towards that endeavour, I have no doubt that he would be glad to assist you. If If I recall correctly, Halbert is currently between missions. Try looking for him in the storage area. If it isn't Slice, I mean, the Scion's rising star, is there aught I can do for you? You wish to win the trust of the people of a little Alamigo. That is a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. I would like nothing more than to help, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries weight with that lot. I used to be a member of the Alamigan resistance, you see, but I left in favour of joining the Scions. Though my allegiance may have shifted, my purpose remains ever the same. The liberation of Alamigo, yet whatever reason my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades, and they'll have nothing to do with me. Now, while I may have no more friends in the resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Albreda, and she is a resident of Quarry Mill. Say my name when you meet her, and she won't lead you astray. Quarry Mill. Quarry Mill. Quarry Mill. Damn it. Hawthorne Hut. Oh shit, it's in the shroud. Sorry about that sound. Hopefully it's not too loud, but it might be. Harry Bert sent you, girl. That worthless whoreson. He abandons his comrade, his woman, and now he has the gall to ask me for a favor. Simply incredible. I realize Harry Bert was only doing what he felt was right. He's a good man, and if he trusts you, then that's all I need to know. You see that right there? That's Murford, the captain of the resistance. I hope he can give you what you need. Let's try to wait for the washing machine to finish. Let's take too long, okay? I am Mifrid, a proud man of the Alamegan resistance. What business do you have with me, adventurer? Captain, it's Gullion, sir. His wound's gone and festered, and he's burning up. I don't think he's got much time. Gods damn it, I asked the villagers for aid, got on my knees and begged, but they refused to lift a finger. If Galleon dies, his blood is on their hands. These Quarrymill cravens would turn a blind eye to our plight, but they might listen to our breeder. I fear my anger will prevent me from rightly convincing anyone at the moment. I realize we scarce know each other, but this is a matter of life and death. Please eventually go to her and try. One of Mifrid's in bad shape, you say? I'm sorry, but there's naught I can do. I want to help, truly. I do. They're my countrymen, after all, but that'd mean going against the elemental's will. I've been at Quarrymill long enough to know how terrible the beings can be. I couldn't forgive myself if everyone gets banished because of me. If there's anyone who can help you, it'd be Charlene, the hamlet's resident hearer. If you take the matter to her, might be as she'll listen, though I wouldn't get my hopes up. It's a cool outfit. You wish to aid the Alamegans? You are possessed of a kind heart, adventurer, but I'm afraid I have not the authority to grant you your wish. This authority belongs only to the elementals, eternal guardians of the Twelvewood. All outsiders, be they babes at the breast or men grown, are judged of a night whether they may have a place beneath their boughs. Alas, the Alamegans' petition has been denied. Harsh though it may seem, they do not leave to receive the wood's bounty. Ever has it been since that time immemorial, and ever shall it be. Wait, I must have missed something. I don't really know what's happening. That's how it's to be then. The bloody hero might as well kill Galleon herself. Spit on the elementals and spit on their bloody will. I cannot wait until the resistance is free of this place. I led my men to Quarrymill hoping to find refuge. Instead we found indifference. The cold-blooded bastards here want us out, and I can't oblige them soon enough. The problem is some of mine aren't fit to travel. Hell's Galleon can't even stand. As you well know, the people of this accursed hamlet won't help us, so I have no choice but to turn to you, adventurer. In my homeland, long antelope horn is a traditional remedy with poison purging properties. If you could bring me, say, 4 horns, I'd be forever in your debt. Ah, you're back. Tell me you've got 4 horns with you. You're a godsend, adventurer. Praise Ralgar. There's at least one man in this place who gives a damn. Now we just need to find a way to prepare them. You wouldn't happen to know a man named Buskaran, would you? Some comrades of mine told me about him once. They said he never turns away folk in need, no matter where they're from. Seeing as he runs a tavern, he'd like to have the tools to make the medicine. I'd be grateful if you could take the horns over to him and have them ground down. When that's done, bring the powder back and give it to Faramund here, godsend. Oh, it's just over there. Display hide map. Display hide map text. Turn on of map. Ah, Sly, ever a sight for sore eyes, how fares the adventuring? Rolling in the coin like there's no tomorrow, no doubt. You've got something to show me. Well, these look like good old antelope horns. Need them ground down to make a medicine, you say? Here's a better idea, I'll give you some of the stuff I have in my stores. I am no stranger to the remedy. An Alamegan friend once used it to treat my festering wounds years and years ago. Safe to say he saved my life. What's that? This is for an Alamegan soldier in Quarrymill? Yeah, so it comes to in full circle. Well, I hope it helps the poor sword as it needs it. Oh, and don't worry your little head off about payment. I still owe you a deal more than you owe me, I reckon. It is well to see you return. Have you the medicine for our brother? Gods bless you, adventurer. I'll see that the galleon receives treatment at once. Hopefully this will allow the captain to rest easier. It has been a terrible burden on him, trying to keep every man alive. You've done us a great kindness, friend. Ooh. Damn it, though. Heavy. God damn it. No, shit. Guess I'll have to take the money. Italian mine. There it is. Goatskin crackers. Those should be good. Adventurer Galleon has gone missing. He's nowhere to be found. He shouldn't be walking about, not with those wounds. If he doesn't get the proper medicine and rest, his condition is like to deteriorate to where it was before or worse. We need you to help us find him, and quickly start by asking Albreda. Might be as the woman's seen something. Ah, finally, it's about time you came asking about Galleon. I watched him leave Quarrymill some time ago, and he left me this sealed letter before he went off. Made me swear not to open it till someone came asking. My brothers, I cannot bear to be a burden any longer. That is why I must leave you all. Do not worry for me. Just find your way safely to little Alamigo. Blast it. Would that I'd known what he was thinking, I'd have stopped this folly myself. The love Gallian bears for his brother is so strong he's willing to sacrifice himself for them. Make no mistake, entering the wood is in a second state is suicide. Out in the wilds alone, that fool, that great big sentimental fool. My men and I will scour the wood for Gallian. Please help us find him before something terrible happens. Earth's gift. Pat, watch out, a goblin. Ha! What the? Galleon. Captain, but why? You should all be on your way. Who do you take us for? We're Alamegans, and Alamegans never forsaken one another. Hardships be damned. Remember the oath we swore, gods damn it, the oath to reclaim our homeland. We will set foot on Alamegan soil again, together, or not at all. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. Good. Let us return to our brothers. Oh, and don't even think that you'll get off lightly. As soon as you're healed, I'll give you such a thorough thrashing you'll wish we didn't find you. I can't thank you enough for saving Galleon. I will see you back at Quarrymill. Galleon's expected to make a full recovery. We'll linger here till he's strong enough to take to the road again. As much as I mislike this place, beggars can't be choosers. Here we go. 46. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, no, that's... Hold on a minute. Just... character. So 46. So we... So it'll be 46 plus 49. So, yeah, no, it won't. It'll still be weaker than that, so it's better if I just take the money. Oh, Glamour Prison. Now that things are relatively settled, I seem to recall that you wanted something from me. Proven a true friend to my people. Ask me anything and it's yours, so long as it's mine to give. The cooperation of the people of Little Alamego, that's all. Far be it from me to question your desires, of course. Very well, I will provide you with a letter to show Gundobald. The old bear was my mentor when I first joined the resistance. He's intimidating to those who don't know him, but he takes care of his own. I've no doubt that he will do all in his power to aid you. Sweet. Why have you returned? You are not welcome here. I thought I made that clear. You spoke with Mifrid? It has been so long since I last heard from him. I had feared him dead. 12 be praised. Whoever you are, Mifrid sees you as a friend, and my only friend of Mifrid is a friend of mine. I know of this masked stranger you seek. And will tell you what I can. Gundobald is willing to share with you tales. An outsider resembling your masked stranger has reportedly been appearing near Little Alamego of late. What's more, it seems that some of our young bloods are meeting him in secret. No doubt you'll want to question them about their trusts, but they are not like to yield the information readily to an outsider. If you tell them I sent you, though, they may well feel obliged to talk. Gunderbold sent you. Listen, I told them it was a bad idea, all that tripe about believing the masked man in. You don't know anything about this. Why didn't you say so to start with? You can't throw the old bear's name around like that and expect me to not think I'm in for it. A masked man? No idea what you're talking about. I ain't done nothing wrong, so leave me be. What? Have I been meeting any masked men lately? Let's see. Nope, can't say I have, but I'll be sure to tell all of my friends you're looking for him. There's a bunch been skulking about right suspicious like, but I've got nothing to do with him. I know trouble when I see it. And that there's trouble, mark my words. So you have indeed confirmed my suspicion about the masked man. That is most troubling. Whatever the young ones are scheming, it can lead to no good end. There's an anger inside them. I can see it in their eyes. I ought to know, for it was once burned within me as well. 2 decades ago, the same anger drove me and my brothers to rise against the despot who ruled Olamigo. Naught would do but to dispose him and usher in a revolution. Well, we got our revolution right, but it cost us our freedom. Blinded by our hate, we didn't realize that we had been dancing to the Empire's tune. By the time we did, it was too late. Alamigo had fallen. There are times when a man must be patient. Now is such a time. Though the young ones know this not unless we intervene. They are like to commit great folly. If you learn aught of their plans, I would thank you to bring word to me. Where's it? Hey adventurer, you done talking with the old bear? I've got a message for you from Wilfred. Lad's something of a leader among the young ones here. He's impressed that you've won over Gunderbold and wants a word with you. Says he'll be waiting over at the Craggy area north of here. Well, that sounds like a trap, doesn't it? God damn it, I can't get out of this. Come on. Thanks for coming, friend. It is no ordinary outsider who can gain the trust of the old bear. That's why I wanted to meet you to discuss something in private. Tell me, why are you snooping about? Did the Empire send you or someone else? Curl got your tongue, No matter whoever it is you work for, your meddling ends here. Get him. kill these for the hunting. You're stronger than you look. This changes nothing. Threaten us, beat us bloody all you like, but nothing short of death can make us give up our fight. We're going to obtain the power to bring down the Empire, and with it we'll reclaim our homeland. Sounds like they've been persuaded to help someone in Primal, maybe? I don't know, what's decent. Oh shit, no. Wait. Wait, did that not count? What the frick? Sure that was attacked by Wolverine. and his cronies that they would go to such lengths for the sake of this plan of theirs. Left to their own devices, the young fools are like to harm others, if not themselves. We must uncover their agenda and put an end to this madness. Waller had mentioned obtaining the power to bring down the Empire. Of what power could he be speaking? Gunderbolt. Hello? Bertiliana. God's preserve, what happened? I was out foraging when the corpse brigade came. They took me to their hideout and the whole while they laughed at me. They said that I suffer because I cling on to hope. Is it wrong to dream of home? Is it wrong to call ourselves Alamegans? Do not heed such poisonous notions, child. Our dreams are what sustain us. Be strong, I swear to you. Those villains will answer for their crimes in due time. But tell me, does anyone else know of this? Wired, he saw me outside. He was so angry. Woolred. I must tend to Bertiliana. In the meantime, I need you to find out what the young ones make of this. I fear that they may do something rash. Now what? Ascertain youth's intentions? The frick? Where are these youths? What the frick? Not even here. What? Any youths up here? There's Woolred. O mighty Ralia, Lord of Destruction, we implore you, lend us your strength and put an end to the suffering of our people. Here to interfere again. Well, you're too late. Our plan is already in motion. Once we have the crystals, our enemies will pay for their crimes and no one will dare oppress us ever again. Well, yep, crystals. Sounds like they're trying to summon a primal, doesn't it? If this plan succeeds, we'll have the power to lay the Empire low, to change the world for the better. Might be as Gunderbolt's content to eke out an existence in this musty old cave. But I'll be damned if I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. Now, where in the seven hells did I put that bloody map? What those animals did to Bertolina is unforgivable, and to think they looked down on us. Well, I'll suffer this holy humiliation no more. I'm with Wilred to the bitter end. I'm not afraid of a few lizards. Oh, what the heck is that? A hunting knife. Okay. Maybe look out here. Great, well, that's just fucking great. Is anyone hiding behind here? Oh, it's back there. Map of Zato-Rak. Zato-Rak. Gone, the whole lot of them? Then it is as I feared, they mean to take matters into their own hands. But what exactly is it that they mean to do? What's this, a hunting knife? And a map of Zato-Rak? Wait, you said Wilred spoke of crystals, did you not? But they couldn't possibly mean to. By the gods, this is a rank madness. The young fools are untrained and unblooded all. They've no notion of how dangerous the Yamaljar are. They'll be butchered before they get within 100 yams of the crystals. They headed east. If we hurry, we might yet find them before it's too late. Here we go. Level 31, eh? Wilred didn't know others survive. This is all wrong. Getting the crystals was supposed to be the start. We were going to reclaim our homeland. We Pull yourself together, lad. We were going to make an offering of crystals to Ralgar to summon him, just like the masked man taught us. We plotted to sneak into Zato-Rak and make off with the lizard men's cache, but they caught us and so many dead. Gods forgive me. Heathens, you shall pay for your crimes with your souls. I regret our young ones' transgressions, but a soul is too high a price for youthful folly. For all their failings, they are the hope of the Alamegan people. This hope I will guard with my life. Your skill at arms is impressive, adventurer. Our wayward youths could learn much from a man like you. The battle is won, but it would be unwise to linger here. Let us return to Little Alamigo. Well, wait, we've come all this way. We have to get the crystals. They're right there, right for the picking. Have you learned nothing, Wilred? Did you not see those tempered wretches? Such is their fate for those who are touched by God. Is that what you desire for yourself and your friends? What? No one said anything about that. The masked man told us we could defeat the Empire if we summoned Ralgar, he swore. Enough. I will hear the rest of this sorry tale back in Little Alamigo. I dare say Sly will wish to hear it as well. Okay. No more lies, Wolverine, to tell us everything. I was outside with the others when he appeared, the masked stranger. He told us about summoning Ralgar, about using crystals, and then just vanished. We never saw him again. I wanted so desperately to believe that we could raise ourselves from the squalor that I never stopped to question his motives. But I should have known there's no solution. Nothing we can do to change our lot. Our people are doomed to live and die like beasts. Listen to me, Willard. Our home may not be lost to us, but it takes more than stones and mortar to define who we are. No matter where we may be, Alamigo lives on within us all. It is for you. What the frick? It is for you to decide what to make of this legacy. But whatever you choose to do with your life, never forget that you owe it to this adventurer, an outsider. I won't, I promise. Thank you for saving me, and sorry I tried to kill you. Well, it's quite the apology. Not. My thanks as well, friend. It gives us hope to know that there are kind souls, such as you out there. Little Alamigo may not have much in the way of comfort, but you will always be welcome here. Well, these are crappy options. Would that we had more information to offer, but what Wolverine told you is the extent to our knowledge of the masked stranger. Left unchecked, that man will bring about great pain and suffering. I pray that you'll find and put a swift end to the creature, for the sake of the young ones who died by his poison words. Okay, back to Minfield. Oops. So do that. Actually, I think we'll end there. I'll just go back to Limsa. Okay, let's go. And be out the castle. So level 43. Okay, well, see you later.